between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Washington football team. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. For the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Jackson now. And that is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Well, trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 37-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Watch the team. Watch the team.
He can't get him down. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And oh, it'll be intercepted. picked off by Malik Hooker. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
Camaro with a carry on first down, but this defense on him in a hurry, and he'll wind up losing a couple.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
Now Jackson. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now it's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
ETN with it. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one.
With no score.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down in bounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll find Schwartz complete right side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And they can't bring him down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll run with Etienne. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's the 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
A give running right, Etienne. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Double dog. That's the way. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Hey, what's the ball? Mike's 49. 60. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Yeah, he's got it. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lutz is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And Camaro with a carry there on 1st down as he works his way forward for a pickup of 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And down to the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Kamara running on 1st down, but finding nowhere to go as he's bottled up behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schwartz. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Second and 3 at the 28-yard line.
55, exit.
Second and 3. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he fields it cleanly. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Raymond Calais now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a second down. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Another tote for ETN. First down and more, ETN.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit.
Travis Etienne.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to it. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. His running back. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Gabriel Davis.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington able to make this a close game again. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead will shrink to 6.
Washington, 7. Joey Sly is set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Out of his end zone now is Calais. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson flushed to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Play action. Now Jackson. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out.
And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will put them on top here in the third.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Out of his end zone now is Calais. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
He's got a first down past the 30 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw again.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Brings up 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. To throw is Jackson.
That's complete to Davis.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Out of his end zone now is Calais. No return here for Calais, and this will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football?
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by DJ Reed. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 7.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin,
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
and Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The extra point by Sly is up and good,
and the lead is up to 15 now.
Lions 13.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Out of his end zone now is Calais. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Von Bell.
Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. 31 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of...
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Lutz good on the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here.
And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So it's Washington getting the victory here, and they were